So our first ingredient is some granulated sugar, some brown sugar, and some cocoa powder and salt. So we're going to mix all our ingredients into a large mixing bowl. Sorry, my bowl is chipped, by the way, but once it's done, it should look something like this. Next, we're going to mix all our wet ingredients. I took some shea butter and some coconut oil, and I placed it in a bowl, and I didn't spill that, just move that to the side. It's okay, it's alright. And that next ingredient is some raw organic honey. You could just use normal honey. Mine's just a little thicker. It doesn't really matter in the end. It all works the same. Next, we're going to take some vanilla extract. This step is completely optional. I just chose it because I like the smell and it made it smell better. And sorry I had to put it in slow-mo. It looks a little stupid, but I had to tell you that I added a little bit more extra virgin olive oil and some honey because I didn't think I had enough, but I ended up having too much, so you could skip that step. And this is what the dry ingredients should look like again. And we're going to slowly add our wet ingredients into our dry ingredients. Again, I ended up adding too much wet ingredients, so I ended up adding a little bit more granulated sugar until I got the consistency I wanted. So we're going to take a container. Mine is dirty again because I put it in before, it was too wet, so I added more sugar. And when you pinch it, it should hold together. And sorry, my workspace is a little bit dirty. I had a lot of stuff working with, and I forgot to clean my space. Again, sorry. So right now, I'm just packing in as much as possible into this small container, and now we're making the frosting. So we're going to take, again, some raw shea butter and dump it into a large mixing bowl. We're going to add some extra virgin olive oil and some castor oil. You could add any oils you like for your skin. And now we're downstairs, and I'm just going to turn on high heat and put a pot of boiling water over the heat until it comes to a boil. So we're going to take our oils and shea butter and use a double boiler method and just set it on top until it all melts together and becomes one. And I'm smart. I tried to stir a solid, so I ended up just putting it in my KitchenAid mixer. You could just use a blender. It'll work the same. And once it's all whipped together, it should look something like this. And I just mixed it together. It kind of all formed into a ball. But it should look something like vanilla cream frosting, and that's kind of the look I was going for because we're making a cupcake, and if you didn't guess, the body butter is going to be the frosting. So this is what it looked like. So I'm going to take some peppermint oil, and I'm going to add it in for a nice peppermint scent. We're going with a chocolate and peppermint cupcake, so the peppermint is going to be the frosting, and I'm going to take some food coloring. I chose pink. You don't have to add food coloring, and you don't really have to add scent. I just chose to make it look and smell a lot better. And now I mixed it all together like so. I had a little bit difficulty mixing because it was super thick, but it ended up all working out, and this is kind of what it looks like. It's not fully mixed together because I tried piping it and kind of mixed together. And now we're going to take our cupcake. I forgot to mention, I put it in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes, and we're just going to cut off the top so it looks a little better, and run our knife around the edges, and just pop it out. It should fall just out like this, and be in a perfect shape. And now we're taking our frosting and our cupcake, and I chose these little paper cupcake things, cupcake liners, to put my cupcake in. To make it look a little better. You don't have to. I just chose it so it wouldn't spill everywhere if you were to keep it near your bath or something. And now I'm taking a large glass and a plastic bag. And this is usually how I pipe frosting. I usually just put the top over, stick one end into the cup, and put the frosting inside. Once you have all the frosting, you can just push it all to the end until it kind of looks like a piping bag, like so. And then I just took some scissors and snipped off the edge. And this whole experiment was kind of a trial and error, so I tried piping the frosting at first, so it didn't really work out. So I just ended up taking a knife and spreading it around and making it look all messy, as you'll see in a second. And this is what mine looked like. And now I'm just taking a candy cane and splitting it in half. I actually ended up using the whole candy cane. And you don't have to use this step if you don't want to, but I just liked it because it looked nice and it made it smell a bit better, and it just fit with the whole peppermint theme. And yeah, once you're done, you're just going to crush that up like so. I left some big and some small pieces just so it'll look a little bit better. Again, you don't have to do this step. You could totally skip it and be done with your cupcake right now, or you could add whatever you want, some rainbow sprinkles, some powdered sugar, anything you want. And I'm just taking, again, some pink sprinkles and sprinkling it all over the top. Again, sorry for my kind of messy workspace. I didn't mean it. And now I'm just taking a candle and cutting it.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
And I just had to drop the candle on the floor. And yeah, now we're done. This is what my cupcake looked like. You can do it however you want. I hope you try out this DIY. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching.